Yep, that's what I was doing. As you can see, smooth. A lot smoother than, you know what I mean? That's how you get it nice and smooth. But I didn't get too much into it, but you know, just, you know, a good bit. I got into it a good bit here. Basically just I want to smooth this out a lot more. With the help of that right there, it'll get it done. You know, can't get into here. I mean, you know, hand sand a little bit, but that's not gonna do too much. So yeah, this is a little project I'm working on here for my my 34-hour reset. Just working on a little project. I'm just doing the back real quick. I'm just doing the back part for now. That's all really I got time to do. So as you can see, I already started painting that side, which I didn't. Sand all that down. But I mean, it looks a lot better. Got knocked a lot of that rust out. Yep. So that's what I'm doing here, and then, man, I've been out here cooking in this heat. Man, I've been cooking in this heat. Whew. It's starting to cool down now, but 3-4 hours ago, about 1 o'clock, man, it was out here baking. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I'll show you when I get done painting, see how it turns out. Which, I mean, it's gonna be nothing special, but like I said, it just makes it look a lot better in the back. It makes it look a lot better. So, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just sanding, grinding a lot of that rust down. That's all. Hard work, hard work. Look, Nelly, on the back of my truck, bro. Stop playing, bro. I got my little grill going. You see it? You see it, bro. Cooking. Shit, I ain't wasting, man. 27 minutes. 27 minutes to unload. Look at that. Alrighty. Right now I am working on these brakes here. Got these off. Man, I don't know if I can see. There you go. Yeah. Sun's out so much. Man, it's 90 degrees out. Fixing these brakes real quick. So right there, as you can see, here's the old one. Now I gotta bleed the brakes. Bust it out. So new one. Gotta pull this off right here. Pull that off. Same thing on that side. That's how that side is over there. See it? Chug this back up. It goes in there like that. Shit, let me turn this down a little bit. It goes in there like that. It goes in there like that. that. Take this off. Take that cap off. And I'm gonna bleed all the brakes. Starting with that side. Bleed the brakes. Bleed over there first, and bleed this side, then bleed this side, then bleed this side. And I'm done. Check it out, see if it works. Which I know it will. Same thing as your vehicle, you know what I mean? If you ever bled brakes on a vehicle or put a new brake line, you gotta always bleed the brakes. Which you'd have to, if you were putting in a new brake master cylinder, then you would have to pump that and bleed that as well. But this isn't a vehicle. This is just trailer brakes. So that's what I'm doing. Do that real quick. That done, and yep.
How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
That one's being a prick, huh? I was gonna say you might have to kick it with them brutes, give it brute force. Oh, Lord.
That joint is huge, ain't it? My goodness. That weighs a lot. I'm parked in front of some oversized load. I'm parked in front of. That thing is huge, bro. Golly. Morning, y'all. Rise and shine. Get up. Get up and get motivated. You see? Out here in nature, baby. Oh yeah. Get up, get motivated, get focused. About to get going. Oh yeah. Hey, I'm on fire. Good, yeah. Pin in there, everything's still good. Yeah. Alrighty. Tires. Yeah. This one got new tires on here in the front. Looking good in the front. Back's looking good. Yeah. Pumped up, ready to rock and roll, baby. I'm gonna say this real quick. No matter what you do for people in life, they still gonna find something to talk bad about you. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta go on with your life and, you know, do your best. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, people you can do good stuff for them. And I'm not specifically talking about anybody. I'm just generally speaking. Throughout my years, I've learned that no matter what you do for people, they still going to talk bad about you behind your back. And, you know, they still going to talk bad about you behind your back. You know what I mean? So you can help them out. Don't never say nothing about helping them out. Don't broadcast you helping them out. You know, don't broadcast you doing stuff for them. And, you know, and that's why I don't broadcast, because God says, you know what I mean, there's no reward for broadcasting. You know what I mean? So I do stuff out of the kindness of my heart. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you you know, people, I don't expect people to broadcast stuff either, but, you know, say, oh, such and such, you know, but I'm just saying, no matter what you do, people still always find something negative, you know what I mean, to talk about you, or, you know, people are always looking for the bad, you know what I'm saying? They're always looking for the bad in you, you know, and, you know, when you start focusing on God and you read your Bible and stuff like that, you try not to think in that direction, you know what I mean? You try not to think in that direction of you know, trying to find the worst in people, you know what I mean? Because none of us are perfect, you know what I'm saying? So once you know that that's why God died for our sins, you know what I'm saying? So that God died for our sins, you know, so that we, you know, can learn about Him and prevail. We're not just here to work and be slaves, you know what I mean? And work, and, you know, we're here to learn spiritually too, you know what I mean? We're here to learn spiritual stuff too as well, you know? So, but anyway, I ain't talking negative. I'm just simply saying, you know what I mean? I hope everybody has a super blessed day today. Stay focused, you know what I mean? You know, stay focused, stay on your path, you know what I mean? Don't quit, don't give up. You know, I'm never giving up, you know what I mean? You know, stay focused, stay on your path, and just, you know, do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what the heck. I'm about to get rolling here. I got about 3 hours. I had about a 13-hour drive. I got about 3 hours left till I get to my destination. Drop this load off. and then I am headed back. Alright. So what's today? Today is what is today? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Wednesday the 28th. Wednesday the 28th. So, don't waste your life on drama. Don't throw your life away on stupid, BS. Focus on your own path. Do your own thing. Stop being a follower. Stop trying to prove to people. If people don't accept you for who you are, let them go. Let them be. Don't try to prove anything to them. Stay on your path. Stay on your journey. No matter what. Can't nobody stop what God has for you. Can't nobody stop what God has for you. People could try to get in the way and try to formulate a plot against you or something like that, but it will not prosper. That's what God says. Any weapon formed against me shall and will not prosper. So as long as you do everything right, we're not perfect, but people are always looking for flaws in us, because they're secretly competing with us. They're secretly competing with us. And we're not competing with no one. We're just in our own lane doing our own thing. We're just doing our own thing, and we're not competing with nobody. We're not competing with anyone. I don't wake up every day to compete with somebody. I wake up every day to grow and have growth in my life and better myself. And I'm not talking about with materialistic things either, because materialistic things don't bring you growth. You know what I'm saying? You can still be a shiny piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, just because you got materialistic stuff, that don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? I'm talking about spiritually growing. You know what I mean? Spiritually, things that help you become a better person, a better version of yourself. Most importantly, that's what I'm thankful for. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for being a better version of myself. You know what I mean? From how I used to be when I was a kid, always getting into trouble. And I'm talking about from when I was a kid, 9-10 years old, getting into trouble. You know what I mean? I grew up around drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around all that stuff when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I used to go and I used to go to the store for the drug dealers when I was 9-10 years old. You know what I mean? Living up north, because we grew up, every block I went to, every block we lived on, there was drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Every block I lived on, there was drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I couldn't get away from it. You know what I mean? I wake up every morning, there's people outside smoking weed, selling drugs, cops on the block, cops chasing people, shootings, killings, you know what I mean? All that stuff. So I grew up around all that. So, then I used to go to the store for them. My mom would be at work. Would be summertime, would be out or something would be out of school. My mom would go to work. She'd go to work from 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning till 5 or 4 at night, you know what I mean? In the evening. You get off, you know what I mean? But that whole time throughout that day, my grandma was there watching us. But my grandma, she lived in she had a walker, you know what I mean? So she was overweight, so she couldn't really come outside like that. She could come sit on the porch or back porch or front porch, but she was mostly in the house watching TV, you know what I mean? She would always sit in the kitchen. That was her favorite place, to be in the kitchen. She had a table in the kitchen, and she'd be doing all her paperwork and stuff, and whatever she had to do. But she would always sit in the kitchen, and I used to run the store for her and get her stuff, you know what I mean? I'd run the store and get her ice cream and whatever, Gatorade and stuff like that, stuff that she liked, you know what I mean? So, and then I'd run the store for all the people selling drugs and stuff. I'd run the store for them, you know what I mean? I used to carry their guns. I used to go pick up dope for them, you know what I mean? When I was young. I didn't wait till 18, 19, 20 years old, 21, you know what I mean, to do that stuff. I was doing it at a young age, but, you know what I mean, I wasn't necessarily like, you know what I mean, like selling it, but I would go pick up their dope and stuff for them, you know what I mean? Like, but that was, that was something I didn't know any better, you know what I mean? I didn't really know. They just knew I had heart, you know what I mean? They knew I had heart. I didn't know any better. As a kid, I didn't know no better. I was only 10, 11 years old. I didn't know no better from what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? You know, now I'm older, I look back, I was like, man, like, you know what I mean? I see what, you know what I mean? I see what was going on now, you know what I mean? But when I was a kid, I just had heart, you know what I mean? I had heart. I wasn't scared. And that's why, you know what I mean? That's why that's why a lot of them fool with you, you know what I mean? Because they know you're stupid. When you're a kid, you're dumb, you know what I mean? And you got heart. So they may not be as bold, you know what I mean, to do something, or they might feel paranoid or scared or something like that, you know what I mean? So I would do it, you know? I would do it as a kid. No, I never ever killed nobody or nothing like that, you know what I mean? I'm not no killer, you know what I mean? That's not me, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing for sure, my dad always talked to me, my real father always talked to me when I was younger, and he always told me, and I always listened to him. And then my stepdad, then I was thankful to have my stepdad in my life who was military, you know what I mean? He always talked to me growing up, as when I moved with him, 11, 12, when I was 12, I just turned 12, I moved with him, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, you know what I mean? So my stepdad was in my life, which was I was very blessed to have him, because he was military, and he was strict, and he was disciplined, you know, he was militant. So he was always telling me that people, you know, these people ain't your friends, you know what I mean? They're not your friends, you know? And I learned morals, I learned integrity through my stepdad, you know what I mean? I learned how to be respectful and, you know, stuff like that through my stepdad, you know what I mean? I learned morals and principles and you know, stuff like that. That's why, you know, being around him was a good thing, you know what I mean? So, you know, I grew up around all that stuff, and I don't want to be around it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be around that. Like, I changed. Like, that's what I'm talking about, growth. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to fit in. I'm trying to get away from people. I'm trying to get away from that type of stuff. You know what I mean? To each his own. That's what other people do. That's what they do. But I grew up around that type of stuff. Living in the hoods, in the ghettos when I was younger. At an early age, I experienced that type of stuff. And you know what I mean? You know, I said, you know what? I'm getting away from it. You know what I mean? I ain't no actor. I'm not, you know what I mean? Just simply me just being who I am. I'm not an actor, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody acting. I ain't trying to go out and do something and catch a charge just to brag about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's corny. That makes you look like a fool anyway. You know what I mean? If you 40 years old, you 35 years old, still talking about, you know what I mean? Still talking about street stuff. You ain't learning nothing. You ain't growing. You trying to fit in. You waiting all this time. That's lame to me. You wait all this time to try to fit in and have an opportunity to present yourself as this badass person when, you know what I mean? You should be growing, taking care of your family and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be going backwards. People go backwards trying to fit in. So I don't try to fit in with nobody. You know, I walk my own path regardless. I walk my own path. And I'm glad that I have the skill set that I've learned throughout the years. And, you know, I had the skill set of learning how to do a lot of stuff with my hands. I'm hands-on. You know what I mean? I can paint cars. I can do a lot of different stuff. You know what I mean? And that's the stuff that I learned throughout the years. That's just the stuff that I like to do. You know, I'm a mechanic. I know how to work on stuff. I'm mechanically inclined. You know what I mean? Like, I could be a mechanic. I can paint cars. I can sand cars. I can buff cars. I can do all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? I work on trailers. You know, I got a lot of different experience underneath my belt because, you know, I wasn't afraid to learn and get dirty. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I'm just talking about growth here. You know, and growing, spiritually growing, you know what I mean? I don't want to be doing the same thing, you know, I don't want to be being who I was, when I was 11 years old, 20 years ago, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be something different, you know what I mean? And it takes a lot more to become, you know what I mean, something different in life, you know what I mean? It takes a lot more discipline, it takes a lot more, of you being truly who you are. Even though the world makes you, can turn you into a monster and stuff like that, you're still a beautiful person inside. You know what I mean? That's what people don't understand. So I'm very strong, you know what I mean? I have a strong mentality, I have a strong will, you know what I mean? Because the world can make you ugly, and most people choose to do ugly once the world makes them ugly, you know what I mean? And they go bad. But when you find a couple people, very seldom you find people that the world treat how the world did them or something like that, or throughout the years of their life, and they're you know, they're still good people, you know. So I'm not an actor, you know. I actually go through a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Being chosen, you know, I'm being chosen by God, you know what I mean? I go through a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I say I'm thankful and I'm grateful, you know what I mean? But I go through a lot of stuff. I go through a lot of fighting with darkness, you know, entities, you know what I mean? Just fighting with a lot of stuff spiritually coming against me, you know what I mean? People attacking me because they feel attacked, because, you know what I mean, I'm a truth speaker, and they might be living a lie, or they might be living fraudulent, you know what I mean? And then they feel like you know, they feel like I'm attacking them because of my light, you know what I mean? Because of my light, because I'm a truth speaker. So they might be doing wrong, you know, but then they feel like I'm attacking them, which they're attacking me now, because they assume that I'm attacking them, or they're competing with me, so they're attacking me, trying to find stuff, you know, that I do stuff wrong or something like that, and trying to like make me feel a certain way. But I know that I'm not perfect, you know what I mean? Through God's word, I know I'm not perfect, you know what I mean? So, you know, we all have flaws, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I've been talking long enough, man. I hope that motivates y'all. Stay focused, you know what I mean? Shine your light, don't dim your light. Shine your light, be bright, you know what I mean? Stay focused. You know, I'm thankful and grateful for everything. You know, I try to help people as much as I can in every way that I can, you know what I mean? So keep a good heart, keep your heart clear, you know what I mean? Just try to stay away from negativity and people that are negative and trying to bring you down to fit on their level, you know, outshine them, because no matter what, you're not trying to literally outshine them, but you're going to outshine them because their light is way dimmer than yours, you know what I mean? And they have to work on themselves spiritually. They have to take the time to work on themselves. You know, you can't work on them. You can't go back and reteach somebody how to be. Like this guy said the other day, he said, I'm not going back and reteaching you what your parents should have taught you. You know what I'm saying? If your parents didn't teach you that, then you learned, you know, you should be learning on your own how to self-improve, you know what I mean? So anyway, God bless. I hope y'all have a super blessed day. Today is Wednesday, the 28th. All right, I'm out. It's got DOT. DOT.